This week on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Did he keep them locked in his house? Did he prevent them from leaving? Andrew Tate, the man that I hate, has been officially indicted on charges in Romania. All right, before I start this podcast, I want to make something very, very clear. Everybody that's been following this podcast knows I don't like Andrew Tate. However, I also do believe that every single human has a right to prove their innocence. I believe that you're innocent on proven guilty and not the other way around. Andrew Tate and his brother and two other people have been indicted on charges, and tomorrow they'll have to go to court to face those charges. But just because I do not like that man, and because I don't like his views and his misogynistic ways and his misogynistic speeches towards women that I find very degrading, that does not mean that he is guilty of the charges that they are charging him with. I want to make that very, very, very clear. The thing that I am happy about is that the investigation will continue, because what I would like to know is if he is really guilty, and that's what I'm happy about. Meaning, when you go to court, there will be evidence provided, there'll be testimony, there'll be witnesses, and we'll finally get to find out if this man is actually doing human trafficking, raping women, and the other things that he's accused of. And again, I just want to reiterate, just because you say these things on camera and you say these misogynistic things towards women and you say these degrading things does not mean that you raped somebody, and it doesn't mean that you're a human trafficker. I want to make that very clear. Okay, now let me continue with the podcast because I wanted to make that very clear. So, officially, online influencer Andrew Tate, his brother Tristan, and two Romanian citizens were indicted Tuesday on charges of human trafficking, rape, and setting up a criminal gang. So, what does this mean? So Andrew Tate and his brother and the two other suspects have been on house arrest for a few months. Their cars, money, and stuff seized. But while they were doing that, they were finishing their investigation. Now the authorities have finished their investigation and are ready to go to court and charge. From what I've read, now that the charges are going to be laid Wednesday, are presented. Now a judge has 60 days to review the evidence and decide if it should continue going to court. So you're going to hear all the headlines like, oh my gosh, they were indicted. It doesn't mean that they've been charged. It doesn't even mean for sure that they'll actually be going to court. But from what we can assume, the authorities have enough evidence that they're ready to present it to the judge. And we're going to assume that, the judge is going to at least let this go to trial. Another key thing to note is that that's one round of charges. But on top of that, Andrew Tate himself has also been charged. It's not separately, but the other four people haven't been charged with this. But Andrew Tate has also been charged with raping one of the victims, while his brother Tristan has been charged with some other acts of violence. So, this is big news, man. This is a big step forward in the case. There are apparently 7 people that has been injured. 7, well, I guess they are witnesses, but have been injured. They said that there's 7 witnesses that are claiming to be misled by Andrew Tate and his brother, and I'll explain that more in a minute of what human trafficking can be, because there are different variations of it. And like I said before, rape and forming an organized gang. So I also wanted to just kind of make you guys, if some of you who don't understand human trafficking, because we always think human trafficking is abducting somebody, stealing a child out the car, grabbing them in handcuffs, shipping them somewhere, and, selling their bodies for sex. And of course, that is one version of human trafficking. But what Andrew Tate is being charged with And what the witnesses are saying, from what we know so far, is that these women were being coerced to, like they call it like a lover boy kind of human trafficking, where it's like, hey, what's up, honey? How are you? Da, da, da. You're talking, whatever, lyrics. The girl likes you. You're like, hey, you want to come over to Romania, or hey, you want to I want to see you. I really like you. Then you start a relationship, you start having sex with them, they start falling in love with you, and then it's like, yo, you want to get on my webcam business? I really need your help, to make money. I have all this debt. So it's kind of like this mind control, and then they start doing that, and they get on camera and they start, selling themselves, making money. And then this is what he's being accused of. And it's like, hey, these women are accusing him of saying, okay, you know what? Yes, I came to Romania. I decided I wanted to come on camera. I decided that I wanted to start an OnlyFans page. And I decided that I wanted to, give him 50% or 70%. Now, where the human trafficking comes in and where the illegal part comes in is that these 7 people are saying, well, you know what? I wanted to stop doing this, but he wouldn't let me stop. And that's what we're going to find out, if it's the truth or not. Maybe over text messages, maybe there's a video, maybe they have, who knows? Maybe the girl secretly recorded him being like, no, you can't leave the room. No, you cannot force somebody to sell themselves on camera. And Andrew Tate has been very open about his webcam business. If you go and check episode 28 of my podcast, that's where I cut up about 3 or 4, maybe even more, like 5 or 6 videos of Andrew Tate, saying a bunch of misogynistic, disgusting things about women, and where he says that how he started his webcam business. And he started his webcam business because he was broke. And as a kickboxer, he would always get all the girls and the ring girls, and they thought he had a lot of money. And he called them up. He called 4 of them up and was like, yo, come over to my house. Let's start a webcam business. And, and he says in his interviews, that's like, I tell them what they want to hear, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But again, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I don't think that that's illegal. Telling a girl, hey, I want you to, be in my webcam business, and can you help me out and give me 50% on all that stuff? That's not illegal. But if she wants to, and it's not respectable. It's not the type of business I want to do. And that's where a lot of people kind of don't like that when I say that, because it's a business, but it's just not my version of a type of business that I want to do, where I want to try to coerce a woman into, selling herself on camera. And if a woman wants to do that, no problem. I have said, where I've followed many, Instagram models who are on OnlyFans, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, me as a man, I don't want to try to coerce a woman into that kind of lifestyle. If she wants to do it on her own, fine. Anyways, let's not get into why I don't like Andrew Tate. I don't want this podcast to be about that. I've already done a bunch of that. But what I was saying is that I don't think that, well, I know that's not illegal, but what this case will expose is, did Andrew Tate hold these women against their will? Did he allow them? Did he keep them locked in his house? Did he prevent them from leaving? Did he prevent them from getting out of the business? And that is what this case, I'm hoping that this case will prove. And of course, one of them are accusing him of raping her. And that, of course, we would like to get to the bottom. And if he is guilty of any of those crimes, then I really hope that this huge Andrew Tate support will go away. It's okay for the people that want to support him, because he hasn't been charged with anything yet. And if you like his views, his misogynistic, disgusting, disgraceful views towards women, that's your problem. It is your problem. I think it's a problem, but that's your right. But I just do hope, and that's why I'm happy that the case is going forward, so at least we could pull the covers off and see what is going on behind closed doors. But like I said, just because this guy is a full a-hole, and he is a jerk, and he's anyways, we all know I don't like him, but just because he is those things, and because he said a lot of things, that does not mean he's guilty. And I'm really excited to see the facts, and then we could finally put this Andrew Tate thing to rest. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!